This tutorial will help you with starting to add content into your curriculum area. If when on the home page you click on curriculum, you'll notice there are a number of tiles on the screen. If you look for your curriculum area, double click it, it will take you into your curriculum homepage. We're looking at the example of science. The page has been set out as a template for you, but you are able to change this homepage if you want by going in to Site Actions and editing the page. You'll see at the moment from looking at the page that it's split up into sections. There is an area for you to type free text in, but there's also a number of web parts that will allow you to put consistent features in, such as department announcements, discussion areas, email addresses for staff, links to other pages within your site. Any changes that you want to make to a page you're working on can be done through Site Actions at the top left-hand side. When you click on Edit Page, you'll see a ribbon appearing very much like you would if you were in Microsoft Word, for example. A couple of the features I'll point out to you are text layout. That will decide on how you want the columns set out on your page. You'll see at the moment that we've got a main body on the left-hand side, which is a large column, and then a sidebar on the right-hand side, which is where we've chosen to put the logo and things such as the calendar. You can change those around, but be aware it will move the text as you're doing it. Another one is markup styles. So this will change things like consistent features for headings and text style. But you could just make those changes by normally formatting text using the font, the size, and the colour. To help provide some structure to your curriculum area, there are year pages down the left-hand side. If you click on one of those year pages, for example, we're now in Year 7 Science, we can start to think about adding individual pages within that particular year group, such as a unit within Year 7 or a teacher's page for a unit, and those can be done through Site Actions by creating a new page. The same principles apply to the one we looked at with your original curriculum page. Once you've created a new page, such as in a specific year group, so we can see there we're in Year 7 Science, I will get exactly the same editing features. There is a template set up for you that will include an area to type any content that you want. It will also include a document library, so if you want to upload any resources for students. But just as you've had the freedom before, you can go in and change the layout of the page and delete or add features that you want to include. When you've created a page, you will want to share this with your group of students or particular group of students. You'll see at the top of the page that each individual page has its own URL. That's in the grey bar at the top. If you right-click and copy this, you can paste this link either into the year group page, or you could even attach it to a specific timetable for a group of students. So if you have copied and pasted the link to your page, one of the easiest ways of putting it somewhere that others can find it will be to use the little drop-down box on the right-hand side of the page. And in there we've just put a link for web links, and we've called it Year 7 Topics on the example page for science. If you click on Add a Link, you can paste in the URL that you've taken from the top of the page and then rename it so that students can find your page or unit of work quite easily. When you select on Add that link, it will ask you for the web address. If you just paste in the URL that you've copied, you can then put a title for that page in the type of description, so it could be a unit number, it could be Mrs. Carey's page, and then you can put a description in. If you save that, it will automatically put that link onto whichever page you've attached it to. If you decide that you don't want to, or in addition to putting a link onto a curriculum page or a year group page, you might decide that you want to specifically send that page out to students so they can find it much more easily. One of the best ways of doing this is if you go back to your main menu at the top from the home bar, you'll see that you've got timetable. If you click on your timetable, it will give you your specific week timetable with your groups on it. Each one of those timetable boxes will have a pencil. If you click on that pencil, one of the options will have a tiny little globe with a link on it, a little chain bar. If you click on that, in exactly the same way, you can paste in the link to the page you want students to look at. It will automatically then put it on as a link to their timetable on their homepage of SharePoint.